Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are around the globe. I know we certainly are. We're enjoying our day. We woke up this morning and we framed our day, and we expect today to be that awesome day. So I hope wherever you are, that you have that same mindset, that you got up this morning, you frame your day, and that you're gonna, just do those things that you have purpose to do in your heart. Because, y'all, it's just so much. It's just so much that we should be thankful for. There's so much that we should be grateful for. A brand new opportunity, a brand new day, to what? Start again, or to get it right, or whatever that might seem like to you. And today we're going to be talking about recognizing opportunities, and those dreams, those things that you have in your heart, those dreams that sometimes you think they're dead, but I want to tell you they're not dead. They're just lying dormant. So think about that. Just think about that for a second. Those treasures, those gems, those things that you have inside of you, they're not dead, y'all. They just need to be rejuvenated. And I hope that, when we talk to you today, that something will, shake you. Something will intrigue you to dream again. It's not too late to dream again, because we believe that there's greatness inside of you. There's a message inside of you. And ladies, you have a story that has yet to be written, but you have a story to tell. So what is that story that you are willing to share? What is that story that you're willing to share? So with that being said, let me introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach you how to maximize your potential, because I know there's greatness on the inside of you. But as I teach you how to maximize your potential, I want to also tell you this. Stop leaving money on the table. Because for too long, you have been leaving money on the table. And why? Maybe because you didn't recognize it. So today, as we're talking about recognizing opportunities and those dreams and different things that, you may have pushed to the side, or maybe you haven't given much thought to. We're going to, break that down for you today. We're going to, bring you into a place where you really understand, and you're going to, key in on these valuable tidbits that we're going to share with you today. So come on, Tiffany. Come on with it and introduce yourself to the people.
Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am also known as the People's Cheerleader. I promise you, Miss Gertrude, you are cheerleading us in good fashion this morning. And I don't want to step behind that. There's a fire that you have already
Girl, I don't want to take you up there. You're the People's Cheerleader.
No, church, I love it. I love where you're at. And I promise you, I'm just going to introduce myself. I feel like where you're at right now on this particular topic here is so good. I just want to sit and feast at the table.
No, you can't sit and feast. You gotta share, girl. You gotta drop them tidbits.
No, wait. I ain't saying that I ain't gonna do it. I'm just saying. Wait, let me be crystal and clear. I'm just saying where you're at right now. It just makes me want to sit down, and I just want to say, "Oh, come on, that's good." Let me get my notepad and my pen. I am ready to listen. I am ready to inhale everything that you got going on here. So what you bringing to the table, I feel like I don't want to leave any money on that table of what you're bringing there. So but what I do is I help women to rid the toxins from their hearts and set goals that are true to you. I want to help set you free, because there is some freedom that you need to live. So with that being said, there's a workshop that we're going to be doing this coming Thursday, and it is called Awakening Your Greatness. And so there's some greatness that's inside of you, and we want you to wake it up. Sometimes it's time for you to stir up some of those gifts that are down inside of you that you are allowing to lie dormant. And I promise you, from what Miss Gertrude starts, she's starting us already on that train, awakening our greatness. So I promise you, if you hear her now, she's going to be doing that then too. So come on, tune in. on Thursday. Sign up. The link is in the chat fields. So go ahead and sign up for that. You will not be disappointed. We'll be greatly appreciative of it. Also, no, actually, that's all I had to tell you in regards to announcements. So at this point in time, I'm going to give this back over to our fireball, Miss Gertrude J. Chapman, so we can turn our passion into profit.
But talking about the links, the book links, if you're an author, don't forget to, and I'm over here on the Facebook side. Don't forget to drop those links in the comment section. Also, if you have a small business, drop those links in the comment section, because you never know who needs to read your book or who needs your service. And I think I've seen Christine. Good morning to Christine and anybody else who's out there in the audience. Good morning to you. And we just certainly glad that you're here with us today, and as we're talking about recognizing those opportunities and covering your dreams, because, this is a day that, you're going to be intrigued, that you're going to be shaken, that you're going to begin to bring those dreams out of the, archives, okay? The corner where you have pushed them back, or maybe something has covered those things up, because, this is 2022. This is 2022. And as we're talking about, those dreams, as we're talking about those abilities, as we're talking about those talents, as we're talking about opportunities, there's so much out there, y'all. There's so much out there. Opportunity is passing you each and every day. And I'm not going to say opportunity. Opportunities are passing you each and every day. But the question is, are you recognizing them? Are you really keyed into them? Are you prepared? Okay? You don't hurry up to get prepared. You have to be prepared, because opportunities, sometimes they pass you so quickly. If you're not prepared, they just pass on by you. They just pass on by you. And, you have to be prepared. So that's why you have to pay attention. You really have to pay attention. And, Tiffany, I always tell people, okay, it's not about competing with other people, because a lot of times people, they'll look and they're trying to compete with other people, because your audience, you're running on your own time clock. You're on your own time clock, running your own race. Put it that way. Okay? Running your own race. And you have to know. It's a knowing inside of you. It's a knowing inside of me. Okay? You have to pay attention. Okay? Because if you don't pay attention and do certain things in that time when you're supposed to do those things, instead of pushing them aside and laying them, say, I'm going to get to it another time, you're going to miss your opportunity. And that's what happens to a lot of people, Tiffany, when they have this on the inside. Like I'm going to say, it's a knowing on the inside. They either are too busy, they're preoccupied with something else, or they say, well, I'm just going to leave it for later, instead of doing it at that particular time. And if they would have done it at that particular time, when because that opportunity was coming toward them, okay, they would have been able to meet that opportunity. But because they didn't do it, and they're not in that place, in that intersection, that opportunity passed them by. This happens each and every day. So the question is, audience, are you paying attention? Are you prepared? You have to pay attention. And this comes on the heel of what I asked yesterday. Did y'all do your homework? Did you define yourself? You thought I forgot about that, right? Did you do your homework? Do you know about yourself? Are you in tune with yourself? To the place that I got to get this done. If I have to stay up all night, I got to get this done. You may not see the opportunity, but there's something burning on the inside of you saying you got to work on this. You got to get this done. And if you find yourself getting those things done, opportunity is right there on the doorstep. You're going to meet that opportunity. But if you delay it, guess what? You're going to miss it. So the question for you today is, are you prepared? Are you paying attention?
You better pay attention. You better pay attention. That is definitely a price that you can't afford to pay. You got to pay attention to that. You got to make sure that you have counted up all the costs, because that's expensive. When you miss that mark and you weren't able to make that payment, that attention matters. That's something that you really need to do. So make sure you're doing that. Paying attention, that matter. Because when you did that opportunity passing by you, who wants opportunities to also always pass by? I don't want to see opportunities do that. I don't want to be looking to my left and looking to my right and be like, man, I wish. Well, if you would have paid attention, that price isn't that high. Okay, go ahead. You can't afford to miss any more opportunities. Make sure you're paying attention. Miss Gertrude, I'm trying to tell you, you on it today. Go for it.
Yeah, and it's true. It's true. Just sharing some things, because this is real. Okay, it's real. Let me think about this one. There was a time, I can't think exactly what this was, and this is what happens with a lot of people. This came to me. They get overwhelmed, okay, because they're trying to catch up, and opportunity is coming, and they might get a little glimpse of something, but because they didn't prepare themselves in a timely manner, now it's like a whole bunch of stuff. Now they got to do this, and do that in order to meet that opportunity.
Scurrying.
But if you prepared,
Scurrying to get stuff done.
Yeah. If you prepared in the beginning and you do it, it comes with the goal. And if you haven't signed up for the workshop, when we're talking about goals and plans, sign up. The information is in the comment section. You plan for those things. And we talked about yesterday the elephant in the room, right? The elephant in the room. How you eat an elephant? How do you digest an elephant?
One bite at a time. One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. And you do it like that, then it's more manageable. It's not like a whole bunch of stuff thrown together. Because I could tell you from experience, it's on both sides. Because, that's how we learn. We learn those things. How do we get to a place in our lives where we could teach somebody else? Because we've learned those things. We learn obedience by the things we suffer, right? So, it was, if I had to prepare and had to hurry up and catch up, I wouldn't have been prepared. But since I prepared myself, each and every step, I paced myself. So when the opportunity was there, I was able to meet it. And this is what happens to a lot of people. They get overwhelmed. Just like, writing books. They get overwhelmed because now, they hear writing a book. Well, the friend wrote a book. Then they heard it over here. Somebody else said about writing a book. Somebody's telling them about writing a book. Now they want to write a book and they're sitting there and they can't get it together because everything is so overwhelming because they didn't properly prepare. But recognizing opportunities and uncovering your dreams, that's why we're going to have this workshop that's going to be before the conference, because this is going to prepare the people to do those things. And it's not only talking about, when we're talking about planning and your goals and different things, you'll be able to take this to every part of your life, okay? Every part of your life. Because it's very important for us to have goals and plans in order to reach those goals in our lives and how to organize things, even organizing ourselves. Because for the most part, people, they think one thing, they say another, and they do something totally opposite of, the other two. So not having unity within themselves. First, you have to have unity within yourself. That's why they're not believing. That's why, things are falling apart, because they don't believe. But how can they believe if they all divided? You understand?
Gotta have unity within yourself. That was deep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying one thing, they're doing something else, and they're thinking something else. No unity. It's whatever will be, will be. So how can they recognize opportunities when they don't even know what they want? That's another question. Do you know what you want? Are you true to yourself? Hey, that's a big one. Are you true to yourself? When we're talking about, having good success, uncovering, recognizing opportunities and uncovering your dreams, because I don't want to get into the next one. Go ahead, Tiffany, before I move into the next one. Okay.
Oh, I'm rolling with you. No. That was a good point. No, roll on. You're good.
Okay, let's go into the first one. The first talking point, we're going to talk about passion. Authenticity, okay? When you're authentic about something, when you know that you know that you know, when it's a part of you, when it's your vision, okay? When it's your vision, there's going to be a passion there. Nobody's got to jumpstart you. Nobody's got to tell you nothing. Okay, nobody's got to coerce you. Nobody's got to force you. Nobody's got to say anything to say, well, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. Okay, nobody has to do that. It's in you. Okay, there's a passion. There's a burning fire within inside of you that you're going to do it no matter what. Okay, that passion, recognizing opportunities, uncovering your dreams. There's a passion there. There's an energy there, okay? There's an energy there. No matter what's going on, there's an energy that's coming from the inside of you. It's not on the outside. It's something on the inside of you. It's in your mannerism. It's in your voice. It's in your stance. It's in how you're showing up. How are you showing up, okay? Are you showing up with confidence? Are you showing up with boldness? Are you showing up, as that author, or as that business owner, as that author or that business owner that know their stuff? How are you presenting yourself in front of your audience? That passion, okay? Do you recognize your opportunities? Do you recognize those things that's inside of you? You remember, it's going back to yesterday's broadcast, defining yourself. Okay? Nobody has to tell you your passion. Like I said, nobody has to coerce you. Nobody has to jumpstart you. Okay? There may be times where maybe you're not as energetic as you were the day before, but there's an energy there. There's a fire there. There's something on the inside. When you're really passionate about something, you're not going to quit. You're not going to quit. No matter if something just comes over you and to bury you under it, you're not going to quit. You're going to come out kicking. You're going to come out kicking. There's a fight there, Tiffany, and you'll defend your passion. Yes, you will. Oh, yes, you will. You'll defend your passion. No matter who says what, no matter who does what, you're going to defend it because that's your vision.
That's like your baby. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's intertwined with each other. You can't separate it.
How is it, Miss Gertrude? Tell us. It's what?
It's intertwined. It's
yes, ma'am.
all mingle up together. Yes. You cannot separate it. People try to separate their vision from who they are. Passion, your dreams. You can dream again, y'all. You got to get up. We told you we coming to shake you up today. We coming to shake you up. I don't know why this phone keeps ringing, but we coming to shake you up.
I promise you, and that's exactly what you're doing today. You are shaking the folk up. I promise you. And if you ain't passionate, 2 of the day, I think you're gonna learn what your passion is. Finding out that thing that really just drives you, that thing that really just motivates you, and that's keeping you encouraged just to kind of like go on. Sometimes that what's that thing that possibly get you to lose sleep and you just get lost in it. And sometimes you just sitting there working on something and then it's like, oh, here it is. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. The next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock at night because you just done got all wrapped up into it. And it's just like time just seems to be flying because you're just engulfed in it. You're just stuck in it. It's just something that you just love doing. And it's just find that thing that you love doing. Miss Gertrude, if you can't see what you want to know what passion is, listen how she's talking this morning. She is super passionate about what she's saying. She's super passionate about making sure that we're growing and we're going where we need to go to. Mm-hmm. You can hear the passion that's in her voice. That's that thing that's driving her. It's motivating her. That is passion live and in living in color. So sincerely, that's what that is. You got to find your passion. And when you find it, hold on to it. Make sure that you run with it. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you do everything to make sure that that passion is felt and it's seen. So, yes, I am.
It's true. And, you know, the passion has its own momentum. It has its own momentum, you know, when you're passionate about something, because like I said, it's nothing that you could fake. Okay. It's you. Okay. But then it goes back to that question, y'all. If you weren't on this broadcast yesterday, define yourself. Define yourself. Sit there with your paper and your pen in a solitary place and define yourself. That was homework yesterday. Defining yourself. And you'll get to know who you really are. Not who you thought you are. Okay? Or somebody thought that you should be. But who are you? You see, that's the question. Who are you? Sometimes people don't even know who they are. They don't know. But it has its own momentum. When we're talking about, you know, recognizing opportunities and uncovering your dreams and having good success. And like I said, everything's time sensitive, y'all. You can't hurry up to get ready. Okay? You're running your own race on your own time clock.
You can't hurry up to get ready.
Hurrying up to get ready, okay? All right. This is what I mean about this. I'm going to break it down.
Gertrude J. Chapman!
Huh?
I say Gertrude J. Chapman. You can't hurry up to get ready.
You can't hurry up to get ready. No, this is it, Tiffany. Okay. You know you need to be doing things because inside of you, you know. Okay, y'all know that still soft voice that talks to you. And it tells you to do certain things each and every day. Each and every day you have instructions to do such and such a thing. Now it's up to you. And I'm not saying you, Tiffany. We're just talking about each and every. This is a universal thing. Audience, is up to you. This is an individual thing. You can't point fingers at nobody. Okay? It's an individual thing. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, are you doing it? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? If you didn't start, it said start on Monday, doing this, that, and the other. Here's something for Tuesday. Don't worry about Tuesday. You're just responsible for this day, Monday, okay? Now today is Tuesday. Do what you need to do today, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here come opportunities coming Monday. Okay? Now somebody that told you or you done seen opportunity online somewhere. Now, if you have prepared yourself, now you're ready to step in that opportunity. That opportunity might be time sensitive. It might say, well, March 1st, you got to get it in. So now you got to rush to keep up, to catch up with that. But if you had already prepared, all you have to do is just fall in line. Without the stress, without hurrying up to get ready, without the overwhelm. Okay? That's when you're passionate about something. That's when you know who you are. That's when you know your journey. because it's a writing journey and it's a life journey. Put it this way. Everything's a journey, y'all. Everything's a journey. Okay? But opportunities are passing people each and every day. Opportunities with an S, I-E-S in this case. Each and every day. You know?
Don't let them opportunities pass you by. You good. You good. This is good stuff, Gertrude. I promise you, this is some good stuff here. I'm scared. Do we want to go to the next point?
Having good success. What's our next point? What we talking about?
Next point is limits.
You in there? Okay. Yes. Pushing the limits. Mm-hmm. Pushing the limits, y'all. Mm-hmm. Got to get out that comfort zone. Got to get out of that place of being comfortable. You got to push yourself. You got to expand yourself. We told you in the beginning of this year, this is expansion. Wherever you go, it's going to be expanded. You got to see beyond what you see. You got to hear beyond what you hear. You got to know beyond what you know. Okay? You have to decide within yourself that you're going to push those limits. Okay? You're not going to be confounded in one place. Okay? You're not going to, with your mind. Your mind has to be expanded. Okay? Your thinking has to be expanded. Whatever you are doing, you have to go beyond that. Don't be afraid. A lot of times people are afraid to go beyond that because they feel like maybe that they're going to the unknown territory. And this is where fear sets in. They allow fear to set in and take over. They begin to look at themselves and say, well, you know, I'm not capable of doing this. I'm not capable of doing that, which is a complete lie because you are capable. Okay? You just have come to a place where you don't want to press. You don't want to push yourself. You don't want people to think that, you know, this, that, and the other about you. But who cares what people think? Just be you. Just be unapologetically you. Okay? Because everywhere you go, it's supposed to expand. And when we're talking about opportunities, when we're talking about dreams, when we're talking about your vision, when we're talking about all of those things, everywhere you go is supposed to expand. Because I told you on earlier broadcasts, I told you, audience, that as an author, you have a huge responsibility of talking into people's lives or speaking into people's lives to cause them to take action from your knowledge, from your expertise, and not only changing their lives, but also their families' lives, and not only their families' lives, but generations. Generations can be impacted by your message. That's the awesome responsibility that you have. But still, you're seeing yourself as small. You're seeing yourself as insignificant. And you're not small. You're not insignificant. And why do you think yourself that way? Because you aren't expanding. You're not expanding yourself. You're not going beyond those limits that somehow you have set in your mind that this is where I need to be. This is where I fit in. No, you weren't born to fit in. You were born to make a difference. You were born to expand. You are born to, you know, see beyond what you see. Just like if you're taking your audience with your message to points, you have to see it for them, okay? Because they can't see it for themselves. You have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. So you have to take them in, you know, wherever they are. And through your message, what you have to do is you have to teach them. You have to, and as you're teaching them, it'll give them a sense of, okay, well, I could trust you. But that's all about being authentic. That's all about your passion. That's all about your authenticity, where you could teach them, you could hold their hands to get them over those fears or through those fears or to disintegrate those fears that they have to reach the other side. Because how can you take somebody anywhere if you can't see? You have to see it for them. So they'll be able to go that way. So then they'll be able to see it for themselves. So your message is supposed to bring transformation. That's why you can't have any limits. That's why you have to see yourself as expansion. Simple as that, Tiffany. Simple as that. And I hope they got it. I hope they got it. Because I know I said a whole bunch of stuff here.
Listen, I promise you, I'm sitting over here taking notes right now. Miss Gertrude, I promise you, you're talking real good. You have to take limits off yourself. I think the only limits that there should be in life is like when you're measuring something for, you're making some coffee. I'm glad you put the cup up. You're making some coffee. You got to have proper measurements for that. When you're cooking, you got to have proper measurements for that. You're putting some gas in your car. There's only a certain amount that you're able to put in certain things. But when it comes to your potential, when it comes to, your life, when it comes to your business, when it comes to you writing your book, when it comes to your goals, take the limits off. Take the restrictions off. There is no boundaries. There's no limit to an extent that you can't pass when it comes to limitations. Stop limiting yourself. Take the limits off. It's go time. It's all gas, no brakes. Take the limits off. Go ahead. There's no restrictions of you saying that you're only able to go 15 miles an hour. This isn't a school zone. Like, let's go ahead. Let's get things taken care of. Take these limits off. I know there's a lot of limitations that's here in life where, again, like you got the school zone, you got speed limits. You have certain things that are limiting you. But when it comes to your life, there's no limits. There's no limits to the things that you can do. What you want to accomplish, do it. Who's to say that there's a limitation on there? The only thing that you got to do is to take the limits off. It's go time. Take it off. There is nothing that's impossible. All things are permissible for you to go ahead and do. So make sure that you take this time out starting today and go ahead. Stop procrastinating and saying, I'm going to get it done tomorrow. Don't get done tomorrow what you can get done today. Stop saying tomorrow. It'll be today.
Yeah, and that's so true. Got to get it done. And we say, legal things because you have to obey the laws of the land, y'all. Okay? You have to do that because we got to put that in there because, might have somebody on here. Oh, they didn't say just do whatever you want. No, we ain't saying that. We have laws that we have to obey, but we're talking about your mind. Okay? Take the shackles off your mind. Take those how you call those locks off your mind. Where you think you can't do this, you think you can't do that. Who said that you can't do it? Have you tried it? Okay? Have you tried it? All right? Stop fearing the unknown. Okay, the unknown is a great place to be because now you're able to discover things. Move me to the next one, Tiffany. Now you're able to discover things. You're able to, create ideas. Be creative. What can't you create here? Okay? Create some stuff. We have this mind, we have imagination, we have visions, okay? And a lot of times where people limit themselves because they limit themselves and they're not seeing themselves, they think, well, they could get from point A to point B, but they haven't seen it. You can never arrive where you can't visualize. If you haven't visualized it, you will not arrive there. Okay? There's a breakdown even there. Create those ideas and not only create them, develop them. Okay? Develop them. You remember we talked about, don't be just a starter, but a doer and a finisher. So when you create something, and how do you create it? Write your vision down. Take it out of your head. Take it out of your head because as long as it's in your head, it's a fantasy. And put it down on paper. Write the vision and make it plain, that he that read it may run. Though the vision tarry, wait for it, okay? It's not going to lie. It's going to come, but you have to work at it, okay? Just don't sit there and think it's going to just pop up, okay, and just be. No, you got to develop it. You got to bring it into fruition, okay? But it's got to be something that's in you. It's got to be your core. There has to be an energy there. There has to be a passion there. There has to be a believing there. Okay? You have to believe. If nobody else believes it, you got to believe it. Okay? You as the visionary. So what is that? What is that thing that's inside of you that's just been sitting there, not doing anything? That seed that you're just allowing just to sit there. What is that? You know, ideas. The world, y'all, the world is waiting on you to bring forth that thing that you're supposed to bring forth in this time and in this season. Okay? The world is waiting on that. Don't just automatically think that, oh, I'm so insignificant. Who am I? Yeah, who are you? That's a great question, right? Who are you? Define yourself. Go back to yesterday's broadcast when we talked about defining yourself, okay? When you create ideas, opportunities pass us every day. Opportunities, okay? Find the gaps. Pay attention, okay? Just don't think it's, just every day. Really pay attention. Hear what people are saying. Not what they're saying with their mouths, but what is their heart saying? They can say one thing with their mouths, but what is their heart saying? What are those unspoken words? What is coming out of their mouths? Okay? What do you see on the internet streets? What do you see in your community? What do you see on your job? How can you be a problem solver to fix some things, to alleviate some things? The pain points of your audience. Who are you called to? Who is your audience? Who's listening for your voice? Don't worry about who's listening for Tiffany's voice, but who's listening for your voice. You know, a lot of times people are so concerned about somebody else's people. That's why you should never be ashamed, or I want to say ashamed, or jealous. Put it that way. This is the word I want to use. You should never be jealous of anybody else, because everybody's not listening for your voice. You should never be hold back from collaborating with other authors or other business owners, even if they're in the same genre as you, because everybody's not listening for your voice. Everybody's not going to resonate with what you got, and vice versa. Be creative. Don't hold back on your uniqueness. Be unapologetically you. And, bring forth those unique things about yourself. Go back. Define yourself. Define yourself. And when you define yourself, that's going to give you a different picture of who you really are and who you're called to serve and what you called to do and those pain points of your audience and whose problems really move you. Whose problems really move you? Either they're going to infuriate you or it's going to make you angry. Whatever it may be. I'm going to use those, and it's the same connotation. It's the same word. It's going to either make you want to shout out by bringing the anger to you, or it's going to really do something on the inside of you. So create ideas, y'all. Don't wait. And Tiffany, we talked about last week, I think on one of these broadcasts we talked about, stop waiting for somebody to call you to a stage. Create your own stage.
That's the creative idea.
Create your own stage. Gotta wait for this one. Gotta get on this one's this. You do it. If you're passionate about it, you do it. You see, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where. Nobody got to tell me, Gertrude, you need to live stream. Gertrude, you need to live stream. Okay? Nobody have to tell me that. Because I know where I need to be. Because I know who I am. I know the things that come easily to me. This is another clue for y'all. Whatever comes to you easily, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm just saying. Told them we dropping nuggets, Tiffany.
Listen, I think you dropping them all. I tell you, I'm just eating right now. You see, I keep drinking. I am absorbing what you're saying here. And I
Yeah.
absolutely love what's going on right about now. You definitely have to create your ideas. You are not created to fit in. So you got to create your own space. You got to create your own ideas. You got to create some stuff. Now, there's certain things that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but there are some spaces that you got to create for your own self. I heard the saying say one time, life is like Tetris. So you just are not meant to fit in. The minute that you fit in, you disappear. So you are not created to fit in. So create some ideas. Be creative with your ideas. I'll say it that way. So it's that there's certain stuff that you have that's going on upside in this good old head of yours. Make them come out. Make them live. It's time to wake up from your dream and start creating. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in here that we need to see because it's going to help us live. Because the ideas you have in there, you're like, oh, if this person gets my product, oh, if this person goes ahead and starts exercising with my class, if they get a chance, if y'all knew some of the stuff that I did, if you knew some of the certifications that I had, some of the stuff that I had the ability to do, mercy. Okay. If I was to be able to do everything, I'm technically a one-stop shop. There's like almost any and everything. I can do hair. Can't do nails. I can do the aerobics thing. I'm a certified trainer. There's like nothing that I can't do. So, I mean, there's a lot.
Well, girl, you better go ahead and do it. You better go ahead and do it.
But that's the point, is there's a lot of things that we have inside of us. There's a lot of things that we hold hostage to ourselves. And there's sometimes you're like, oh, if you only knew, if you only get a hold of, why do I only have to get a hold of? I just need you to tell me what you have already put in place. That idea that you have created, I just need you to go ahead and make it manifest so that I can. So now I know I can take what you have done and I can go spread the word. Greatest form of advertisement is word of mouth. So that idea that you have, that book that you have, that business that you have, the minute that someone knows about it and you're already showcasing how great it is, it's like the comedy show that I say, go run, tell that. I'm going to go tell the goodness of it. So sincerely, get it out of the head and make it manifest so that it can live and that we will become better for this.
And that's so good. That is so true. That is so true. So, we have dropped nuggets here, y'all. Today, we have told you about how to recognize your opportunities and uncover those dreams. And we have told you, to get out there and push the limits, take the limits off your mind, off your thinking. Don't care what nobody say. Defend your passion, okay? Whatever that passion in you is, you defend that because you're born with a purpose. What is your purpose? What is, why are you even existing? What are you, I'm not going to say existing, living, because some of y'all just existing, okay? But why are you, what's your real purpose here? What's the purpose? What are you supposed to deposit in this earth? Are you bringing that forth? Are you, allowing other people to have transformation through your message or through your business or whatever that might be? Okay. Are you seeing transformation in people's lives? What are those gifts? Just like Tiffany just said about everything that's inside of her. Okay. When we're talking about maximizing potential and leaving money on the table, some of you, we may be talking to you over there pinching pennies. You're over there talking about inflation. You're over there talking about the gas prices. You're over there, hemming and hawing about this, that, and the other. You're over there, you're not eating like you're supposed to be doing. You're not doing this. You're pinching pennies. Well, you know what? You don't have to do that. All you have to do is look inside of you and see what you have that you could bring forth a monetary return. Simple as that. It's all on the inside of you. Instead of looking on the outside, see what you could do with something on the outside. Begin to look inside of you and see what you have. What's in your hands? Okay? What's in your hands that can make a difference in your life? What's in your mind? What's in you? What's in your core? Begin to turn your knowledge into dollars. Okay? Begin to turn your knowledge into dollars. You can't depend on anything else, but you can rest assured that you could pull from inside of you and bring that out to cause a monetary return in your family. I did it back in 2006 when the housing market went bust, and I was laid off twice back to back through no fault of my own. Okay? Because I was working in that industry, in the housing industry. And I created a job. Not a job, put it this way. I created a business, Turning Point Enrichment Incorporation, out of that situation. Now, if I could do it, you could do it also. You could do it also. And that's something I want to, leave with you. Recognize opportunities. What opportunities can you create out of this time right now during this inflation and everything else that's going around this globe? What can you do? Recognize opportunities. What do you have inside of you that could bring you a monetary return value? Okay, what value do you have inside of you? What benefits can other people receive from what you have on the inside of you? Think about that. Go back and define yourself. And I'm glad that y'all tuned in today, and I hope that you have received what we have brought forth to you today. And if you haven't gotten it all, go back and listen to this broadcast again. Go back and listen to what we talked about yesterday and any of the other ones that, may have resonated with you. Maybe you heard some of it, but I promise you that, this workshop that's coming up, if you haven't signed up for the workshop, go in the comments and sign up for it. It's a free workshop that we have in this Thursday, talking about goals and planning and everything in between. And I'm even going to talk about how very possible it is for you to make $1 million. Okay. And I don't talk about that all the time because everybody's success level is not the same, So I don't talk about that because sometimes people might not be, $1 million. That's not something in their dream. So I don't talk about that. Okay. But one thing I do talk about is I want you to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table, because too many of you are leaving money on the table. You're not taking yourself seriously. You just think it's everyday everything, and it's just the game, okay? And then you're murmuring, complaining why your bills are behind or this, that, and the other. And it shouldn't be, y'all. It shouldn't be, okay? Everybody's supposed to win. And we're trying to provide you with ways that you can win, giving you the motivation to see yourself in a different light. Okay? We want to lift you up because a lot of times we know that you're torn down, you're broken, and a lot of things are going on with you. But we just want to encourage you and inspire you that, the best is yet to come. So with that being said, we're glad that you tuned in today, and we look forward to you tuning in tomorrow for another segment of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. So remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace, everyone. Grace and peace.